Namaste, Smitaji, and welcome all of you, dear friends, for the Transformational Meditation class today. It's a beautiful topic about death, and it takes a lot of courage. I'm sure our presenter, our trainer, Smita Wankhade is the best person to talk about it today, and all of you courageous people who are here to learn more about this, welcome to this class, and uh, over to Smita ji for this beautiful session. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for
Thank
being
you,
here.
Harika ji. Thank you, Harika ji. And a big sorry for our late starting. But I'm so glad that all of you have been waiting. It's about 15 minutes now when we are late. So
Yeah.
anyway,
I'm
better
so
late.
sorry. It is totally my thing. I'm so sorry about
No,
that. Over to
it's
you.
okay. It's you see, there's never a delay and there's never a mistake. So everything happens for a reason. So maybe this is the time that we are supposed to speak about it, and so here we are. So friends, let's begin first by taking a small meditation. Hmm? So I want all of y'all to keep your spine straight and close your eyes. And just focus on the tip of your nose. Am I audible? Focus on the tip of your nose and follow your breath as it is. If it is deep, allow it to be so. And if it is short and shallow, just let it be so. Gather all your attention to your breath, letting go of all thoughts, letting go of the past, the future, letting go of the judging others and the judging of the self. Come back. Come back to your breath. Even if your mind wanders, simply be with your breath. Your breath is your master, your guide. Going into silence, going into that space of nothing. And with every breath, you are going deeper and deeper. Observe. Observe the breath as it comes in and goes out. Nothing but you and your breath. If your chin is tilted upwards, gently bring it slightly down so that you are rooted and in the body. Just you and your breath. And as you're focused on your breath, you're going deeper and deeper, and feel that connection to the consciousness, the divine energy, as you are with your breath. Being with the breath is coming to your center. Being with the breath is connecting to the divine energy. Being with the breath is being you. You, the soul. And with every breath, you're going still deeper and deeper, still deeper and deeper. And being with the breath is becoming one with the Tao, the divine energy. Being with the breath is being death itself. No attachments, nothing to do, nowhere to go, just being you. Another 2 minutes, be completely rooted and be yourself. Be the you that is pure bliss. Be the you that is pure joy. Be the you that is pure love. Feeling very light. As if there is no body. Feeling very light and in pure bliss. As if you no longer are in the body. And that Parthiv Sharir, the body made of the elements, exists no longer. And with that feeling of pure bliss and lightness, I want you to come back here, rub your palms, place them on your eyes, and open your eyes very gently, my dear friends. So, could you experience it? Yes, Ashuji says yes. Who else could experience that pure joy, that pure love, peace, joy? You can put your hand up. Now, friends, as we begin, I want you to first tell me you're all here for a reason, right? So, what is that question that you have about death? And I want this to be a very quick round. We're not wasting much time because we're already 15 minutes late. What is your question about death? And do not feel that, oh, my question is silly. Oh, my question is, people will laugh at it. No. The silliest question and the most simple question is the most deep and profound one. So start. Nilimaji, come on. You can unmute yourself. Will there be pain at the time of death? Somebody says, okay. I'm just noting down, okay? Will there be pain at... Who else? Nilima ji, boliye. Okay, you can type in your question. Harika ji, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Can we unmute the participants? I need questions from them because I want this session to be completely tailor-made for the participants. They're taking out their valuable time. Why
Sure.
is that?
Definitely. And I request all the participants who want to share their questions in words to kindly raise your hand, yeah, raise your digital hand so that I can know who wants to talk. Yes? Yes, Arunaji?
Hello, Namaste, Smita ji.
Namaste.
Why death is associated with pain and fear and sorrow?
Okay. We'll go. We'll go to the answers. First, I want a quick round of the questions. Yes, Nilmaji.
My question is ki, when I think of death, something like this happens ki I am seeing my body. So I don't know, like I'm seeing myself. At times it also happens ki I am seeing what I am doing. Even I am sleeping, I am seeing I am sleeping or I am snoring. At times it happens.
Okay, next question. Can we quickly make a round of the questions first, Harika ji? You can, in a line, you can go and mute them.
Okay. So, Ashuji, would you like to share your question?
My question?
Yes.
So my question is, will there be pain at that exact moment of exit? That we know that the soul will exit through different exit points of the body, but I mean, will there be pain at this point and not at this point, or whichever?
Okay, next.
Next, Amritaji, would you like to share your question?
No, Harika, I'm fine.
Okay, all right. So, Smitaji, shall I read the questions that are there in the chat box?
So we'll read it at the end, Harikaji, because I will finish my talk and then we will address each of these questions. I want everyone to go out of this meeting completely satisfied with the answers.
Yes.
So it's going to be a very short talk, actually. Uh, so, so friends, first of all, we all associate with this body, right? And we look in the mirror and we say, we feel, oh, I'm looking nice. Oh, I don't like this. This dress doesn't look good on me. Me. Okay, so me is this figure of 5 feet or 5 feet 10 inches or whatever we associate with the body. Okay, but are we the body? Certainly not, because after we have exited from the body, we can see the body still, right? But we don't say, oh, that is so and so. We say the body. The body is kept in the hospital, or the body is brought home, is what we speak about. So immediately we turn to calling that person not by his or her name, we call it by the body, right? So, sharir, this body is what we start associating with, and the moment that person, that soul has left the body, then we easily call it the body. We don't say that person, Ram or Sham or whatever that person's name is. So, what is this death and what is this body? Okay. Now, the most surprising thing, a sentence which Dr. Newton sir said once was, your body is your first home. What is your body? Your body is your first home. So the house that you see around you is your home, my dear friends. But which is your first home? This sharir, this body. This body is where the soul is residing. The soul is not limited to the shape of the body. It is huge, it is ever pervading, and it is massive. But yes, it exists in this body. That is, there is consciousness in this body because the soul is a part of the body. So the body is your first home. Now, what happens to this body when we die? We vacate it, we leave it. Simply leave. You breathe in this body right from the first day, right from the first breath, and we simply leave this body. Why? Why do we leave this body? The body, just like clothes are for us, so also the body is for the soul. And just like we leave the body and we can change our clothes when they are worn out, so also we can change our body when it is old, when it is worn out. I'm talking about all types of death other than suicidal death. So the body is something that we shed off. In the second chapter, the 22nd shlok of the Gita says, Vasansi jirnani tatha vihaya navani grunati niroparani tatha sharirani vihaya jirnan nyanyani sayati navani dehi. Just like we shed worn out old clothes, so also we shed away the body that is of no longer use to us. And that is what we call as death. We come into this body permanently, that is for that lifetime, with the first breath, and we vacate this body at the time of the last breath. Now, what Why have we chosen to come into this body and then leave everyone and go away? Why is there no permanency? Why do we have to, keep playing this game of Janam Maran over and over again? Come in and go out and come in and go out. It is because that is what is the journey of the soul. The journey of the soul is before this Brahman, before this universe, before this world, before this earth plane was created, there existed just pure consciousness. The sound of the consciousness was Om. Sound existed even before. So everything that existed at that time was the sound. Even in the Bible, it is said that in the beginning was the Word was God, and God was the Word. So this sound, this consciousness realized that it could create. Then began the game of creation. And the first thing that the consciousness created was a part of itself, and that part is the soul. Many souls, they came into creation, and then they realized that, oh, come on, let's do something more. We can create. So let us focus and create. So the first thing that they created was this earth, maybe, and then many worlds like this, many universes like this, where the soul could go and experience. What do we do when we come down here? We experience, we learn our lessons, and we evolve. Again, we experience, we learn our lessons, and then we evolve. We keep playing this game. Why? Not because we are pushed into it. No, it's because we have agreed to play this game. And when does this game end? This game ends when we realize that we are that divine God Himself. Because, yes, if you take a drop of water from the sea and you look at that drop of water in your hand, it's just a drop of water. It's an individual, right? You put it back into the sea and it becomes one with the sea. That's what Sri Krishna meant when he said that we are all one. If we take 2 drops of water, the 2 drops of water will go into the sea and they become one. So our existence in this world, let us talk only about this earth plane now. In this earth plane is in the form of this body, this soul. And we have come down here to learn our lessons. It's a game that we're playing. We are learning our lessons and we are evolving. And this game has got rules. We are not going to go into details of that. But the first and most important rule is we forget who we are. What happens? We forget who we are. We are that soul. We are that divine consciousness. Because we forget who we are, that is the answer of your question that you said, that why do we cry? Why is sorrow associated with death? It is associated with death because we forget who we are. We forget that the soul is ever pervading. It is not going to die, even if the soul has vacated the body, and hence the sorrow. We forget everything, that we were that God, that consciousness, that divine self. And we limit ourselves to that small little person who is experiencing learning lessons on his or her journey. That is where pain comes from. So, what do we do? We need to understand more about death. I'm so happy that all of you have given me questions about death, because I'm going to answer each one of them today. Before that, I want to say that what happens? Do people know before they die? Are there indications that I'm going to die? Maybe consciously not, but on a deeper level, deep inside, the soul knows that it is time for me to vacate. For example, a grandmother, one of my grandmothers, she was going to vacate the body, and about 15 days before that, she stayed in a village place. 15 days before that, she made preparations in the kitchen for about 50 guests to come, small preparations. And she told the servant that my daughters are going to come, take care of them. So a person knows the way a person behaves with others, the way a person becomes more accommodating, the way a person's view towards life or towards others changes dramatically, and more compassion comes into that person. That is simply because the person knows, the person has indications on a deeper level that he or she is going to die. Someone was just saying the other day, her mom passed away, and she said, you know what? My mother gave me a big amount of money this birthday, and I told her, am I small? Why are you giving me so much of money now? I don't need it really. And the mother said, who knows? I may not be there for your next birthday. There was a brother-in-law of mine who called exactly 24 hours before he died. He had a sudden massive heart attack and he died. Even then, there was an indication. He called us up and he was joking with us, and he was telling us that, oh, I'm coming from Nagpur. By the way, I'm in Nasik now. Okay, so he said, I'm coming from Nagpur, and I'm in Nasik right now, but I am in the train. I'm not getting down. I'm going further on. I'm going to Mumbai, and I'm not, twice or thrice he used the words, I'm not coming home any longer. So people give indications, they give signs of knowing that the person is going to die. An uncle of mine, before he passed away, he visited a lot of relatives, and he, asked about them, and he took some actions for a few people. Just 15 days, he also died a sudden death. So yes, people do understand about their death on a very, very deep level. Do we understand about the death of people? At times we do. We call that person all of a sudden, and the next day we realize he or she is no more. Or we feel like meeting a person, or we get indications from things around us. How do we get indications from things around us? Because what is on the inside, that knowing, is on the outside. So, simply things are slipping off my hand is one indication that a person said, or another person said that, oh, the previous day, I dropped a whole big pot of water. Now, the pot, the ghada, what does it indicate? It is an indication of the body. What is water? Water is jeev, life. And the pot fell from that person's hand suddenly for no reason at all. And broke. It's an indication of life going away, not being there. So yes, we do get indications during death, before death. The person gets it, and others, their loved ones, can also get it. Now, what happens after death? After death, as we typically, a lot of y'all must have seen the movie called Bhootnath. Have you seen it? How many of y'all have seen that movie? I don't think anyone has it. Yes, Dr. Belaji has seen it. Nilimaji has seen it. I want you all to watch that movie again. That movie shows beautifully the concept of death. In that movie, if you notice, Amitabh Bachchan, when he falls from the staircase and he dies, and he runs behind his son, calling out to him, but the son can't hear him. At that time, and then he comes back inside and he sees his body and he's shocked. So when we die, when we vacate the body, we don't realize that we have done it. Then we have masters, guides, sometimes in the form of an old man with a white beard, sometimes in the form of an uncle or an aunt or mother or father, who come to take us to the light. And what is that light? That light is that pure consciousness. So someone comes to take us, they urge, come, let's go. They are very loving, very soft to us when they come to take the soul. Just pure love flowing from them is the indication that That's a master or a guide. So they come to take us to the light, and then the soul is supposed to go to the light, up higher and higher in that life between life state. Life between life state is the state after the death and the birth of after the death of one life and before the birth of the next lifetime. The life between life stage is also called the rest period, the planning period, because that is the time when we review our lifetimes, we see whether we have learned certain lessons or not learned certain lessons, and then we plan for the next lifetime and we come down here. So in the beginning, as soon as the soul leaves the body, the soul is there around us and we are all crying. We are all trying to, feel that sorrow that that is there because of the loss. And the soul is trying to tell us, hey, I'm here, I'm all right, nothing is wrong with me. But nobody can hear the soul, nobody can feel the soul, because we are all in this body and we can feel only with our five senses, or we need to understand, if we are a meditator, we can feel with our multiple senses and we can feel that soul there. All of us can. So, yes, the soul goes to the light in the life between life state, and then the soul takes the next lifetime. Means what has happened? The soul has left the body, but the soul exists. The soul exists. That should be enough for us to let the person go. What happens is, we do not accept the death of a person. We don't accept it and we feel that, no, I need to cling on. No, how can this happen? No, how can this person go? No, what will I do? What will I do? That is the more, uh, uh, how will I face the world? How will I be alone? How will uh, I. It's more about, how will that soul go on its journey? We don't think about that. We think about, how will I do this or that, or manage or not manage? So, after somebody dies, we need to graciously learn to let go. So letting go is the key of the death, of our own death, number one, and of the death of the others. So death of the self and death of the loved ones. Keyword is letting go. Now, how do we prepare for our own death, or how do we learn to let go? Little by little, every moment. The first thing, friends, that we need to let go is let go of the ego. So smile more. We need to do that. And that is it's the best preparation for death, I tell you, friends. When we smile more, we are letting go of our ego and opening our heart to the other person. That is the best preparation for death. The second thing that we can do, prepare for our own death, is we need to tell ourselves, it's okay. It's okay that thing did not happen. It's okay, what I wanted to get did not come. It's okay if things were not done my way. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. That also is a preparation for death. The third preparation for death is purifying yourself. Purifying yourselves, how do we do that? We purify ourselves by following our heart. Does your heart want to speak about others? Does your heart want to gossip? Does your heart? Not really, not really. The heart doesn't want to. The mind wants to, the ego wants to. The ego wants that you feel superior, so we start backbiting on others. The mind wants that we feel better than others. The ego, sorry. So we need to let go of all thoughts that are not serving us, that are not helping us to grow and purify ourselves. And the final preparation for death is last thoughts. Just before we die, what are our last thoughts? They are the most important thoughts, because what you think at the end is the life that you are going to select the next lifetime. So if we are thinking about the money we lost, okay, that's what you're going to do in the next lifetime. If you're thinking about what somebody did to you, that's what you're going to manifest in next lifetime. If you're going to be angry with someone, that's what you're going to manifest in the next lifetime. So the last thought is what determines the next lifetime. This is the most important sentence of today's talk. So we need to keep our thoughts centered to love, centered to God Himself, so that we merge with those loving energies, so that we merge with those feelings of goodness in the next lifetime. Now, how do we prepare for the life, for the death of others? How do we prepare ourselves for the death of somebody else? We know somebody in the house is dying. What do we do? Hey, don't go. You can't go. I want you. I can't live without you. We do that, isn't it? No. We can have more sensible conversations with the person who is passing over. Maybe about beautiful memories. Maybe about telling that person how much you loved him or her. We need to have little conversations where we are opening our hearts and where we give a space to them to open their hearts. Because the last thoughts will be the manifestation of the next lifetime. So that is the best help that you can give to somebody who is dying. Give them a space where they open their heart. Make them feel nice about themselves. Make them feel good. Make them feel that they were loved. Make them feel that they were worth it. I myself said to my father, I love you, for the first time when he was vacating his body, just a few hours before that. Because love was not, openly, clearly spoken about at that time, at that era. So yes, at the time of his death, I made it a point to hold his hand and say, I love you to him. It's very important for us to do that. The other thing that we need to do for themselves and for ourselves also is that honor their decision to go. Honor their decision to vacate the body. We say, no, you can't go. No, but why did this happen to you? No, why are you suffering? No, why this? It's karmas, my dear friends. It's always karmas. I'm not going to go into that beautiful topic today. But yes, we need to honor the decision of a person to die. We need to honor the decision of a person to die in the way the person is dying. It could be an illness, it could be a sudden death, whatever it is, we need to bow down to it and we need to honor it. That is exactly what we are going to do in today's after meditation. And the best preparation that we can do about the death of a loved one is we need to tell ourselves that that person exists. That person is not gone. And then that is the minimum that we can do for our own death and for others' death. But yes, opening of the heart and opening of the heart and opening of the heart over and over again, being with love, peace, and joy is our preparation to death, because that is going to help us to pass away peacefully and others also. What is the best type of death? Recently we happened to tell our children that if something happens to us, please don't take us to the ICUs and prick all those injections and drips into us. Let us go peacefully at home. The best death that anyone can have is at home, embracing death with joy and allowing that death to come. I'll give you an experience that I had. Okay, I was once out of station. Not even my husband was with me, and I had gone to a relative's place for some medical reasons, for their medical reasons. And suddenly in the night at about 3 o'clock, I got up and there was a severe pain in my heart, as if somebody squeezing my heart. And I got up, and thankfully it was after I had met Dr. Newton and Dr. Lakshmi. So I thought, oh, this looks like a heart attack. And I said, okay, if it is death, let it come. I want to see that moment of death. Not for a single moment was I afraid of the death that was facing me. Not for a single moment I did not want to go there. I simply had only one thought, that, okay, let me experience whatever this is happening. It pained for a while and it slowed down, and I waited for that death to happen. It never did. So I feel that I went through that so that I can tell my experience to many people, and maybe it can help us, a lot more people, to die gracefully. Grace, letting go, and grace. Two things that we have to live with and die with. Not that, no, something is happening to me. No, okay, if it's death, let's face it. And so, yes, I think that's all that I need to say today. I'm going to answer each of your questions now. So first, the questions that I've noted down here, friends, okay? I'm going to go very quickly through it. Will there be pain at the time of death? So many a times people get sudden deaths. They die in sleep. They don't even know that they are dying. So not necessary that everyone will go through death. We die from different chakras. The soul vacates the body. So wherever we are stuck, in whichever chakra we are stuck, we will vacate the body from that chakra. If communication, creativity is what you are stuck with, what your issue is, then we will go from the Vishuddhi chakra. If love, not accepting, or heart is your issue of this lifetime, then the heart chakra is where we will locate, leave the body. If root, basic, wanting more, not happy with what you have, then the second chakra is where you will vacate your body with. Is been my experience with all the deaths that I've seen. And I had a conversation with Dr. Newton sir also, where I explained to him the experience of my father's death and what I was seeing in my meditation when my father was going through death. And at that time, Dr. Newton said, oh, that means your father vacated the body from the Sahasrara chakra. And I was so happy. And then I worked more on that, and I tried to understand that better. So yes, there can be, or there, I don't think the vacation of the body is the vacating of the body has got anything to do with pain. The reason of the death could be something that looks like a cancer or an accident or something. But Even in those kind of deaths, there has been indications right from a few months, about 6 to 8 months before the soul is preparing to go. Do you know that? So even if it's a sudden death, it's bound to happen. It was voto hona hi tha. It's that type of a thing. The soul knew that it was to happen. The next question is, why is death associated with fear, sadness? We spoke about that a few minutes back, that it's associated because we forget who we are. We forget that we are the soul. We forget that the soul never dies. We forget that it is just an experience of leaving the body. And so we take fear to it. We take so much of sadness to it. It's nothing to be fearful about. We need to bravely embrace death. Letting go. Two keywords of today's session and about death are letting go and grace. The next question I've noted is, why when I think of death, I see my body. Yes, when you're seeing, I think that was Nilima ji, right? When you think of death, or many times during sleep also, we see our body. That is an out of the body experience, where you're actually out of the body and you're seeing the body. When we are out of the body, at that time, there's a silver cord that is connecting the physical body to the astral body, it's called. And yes, you must have noticed, my dear friends, that when we take a nap, short nap in the afternoon, or when we have just slept, suddenly there's a jerk and we get up. Have you noticed that? So that is also going out of the body, and then when there's a sound or something, we snap back inside the body, and that snapping back is what the jerk is all about. So yes, now I shall read the questions that people have put up. How to let our loved ones that we remember and love them. Connecting to the loved ones in a meditative state. Connecting to the loved ones during therapy, connecting to the loved ones simply by making an intention that I want to connect to him or her, and speaking to them is what we can do. Recently, there was a young girl who came to me. Her boyfriend passed away suddenly, and I took her to that meditative state, and I asked her to connect to that person and the soul that is. And she asked him, why did you have to go? He was so young. And he said that the masters showed me the state in which my body would be if I lived. And so I decided to go. It was a case of brain hemorrhage. And you know what happens when there's brain hemorrhage? The part the brain goes missing, because when they're clearing out the blood during operation. So when the person goes into a vegetative state, very important, friends, we need to let them go. We need to allow them. We need to not cling on to them. My own father, when he got a stroke at the end, he was 75 plus. I told the doctor, why are you all not operating? Can this not be operated and corrected? The doctor said one sentence to me, which not many doctors have the guts to ask the patients now. He said to me, do you want him in a vegetative state? I said, no. Then he's saying, then we let him go. So it's a very wise decision, and I pray to all doctor community that they should clearly speak about this, that do the loved ones want that patient to be in a vegetative state? They will say no. But if that communication doesn't happen, then it's very, very difficult for the patients when they are in a vegetative state, for the caretakers, because the caretakers get attached to the patient. Generally, it's a daughter or a son or a wife who takes care of such a patient, and that makes life very miserable. But again, let's understand that it is all karmic. The next question is, uh, ma'am, do we postpone death? So yes, there is the story about this Rishi, I think Markandeya Rishi. Okay, I don't remember the exact details of the story, but he was going to live only for 16 years. And then he prays to Vishnu, and he's given this gift of being a Chiranjeevi. So yes, there can be times when we can postpone our death if we wish to, and if we have a purpose for living more. I'm told that death is liberating, but there is such a deep-rooted fear. Yes, we need to learn to look at it as a part of the journey. We need to look at it as a part of as a step for coming back again to this earth. And the next question is, I've already spoken about the notices, the indications that people get. Death is a journey, then what is the reason for attachment? Okay, so we have come to this world and we are going to learn our lessons, and we are going to go higher and higher planes. Relationships teach us the maximum lessons, and the more attached we are, the more painful it is. If a person on the road says something to you, you'll forget it in an hour, in half an hour, in 10 minutes. But if your loved one in the house says something to you, then you're not going to forget it fast. So attachment is there for us to learn our lessons. Why do people cry when death comes? Of course, they are so much connected. They don't understand that even if a person dies, the person is still there. So death is loss of all physical possessions, including, yes, it's the loss of our own body. So then we understand that all this is nothing. Ye gaadi, ye bangla, kis kaam ka hai? You're not going to take it back. You're not going to, relish the food that you made this morning up there. You're not going to pack that tiffin and take it with you. You're not going to take anything with you. Khali haath aaye hai, khali haath jayenge. So, yes, it's not a loss. We need to understand that it is the letting go. Whatever you have earned all your life and whatever you have gained all your life, all of that is going to be here for the next generation. Maybe there's a beautiful story of this person, a man who stays in the village, and he does fishing, and he lives in a simple hut, and a highly educated person. And people ask him, why do you do that? He says, what are you doing? So that person, the person who asked the question says, oh, I'm studying so well. Now I'm going to get a fantastic job. Then I'm going to earn so much. He says, then what will you do? Then I'm going to save. Then what will you do? Then I'm going to, oh. He says, maybe I'm going to then sell all of that and go to a beautiful village and sit there on a shack and enjoy my life. So this man says, that is exactly what I'm doing. I'm enjoying my life. So yes, any other question, my dear friends? Have I addressed all the questions? If there's any question that you still have, you can put your hand up. What happens at the moment when the spirit leaves the body? The spirit feels very light. The spirit feels very painless. All the experiences that we have had, of people in the past life regression sessions are that I feel very light, I feel very joyful, I don't feel the pain. That is what they say when they leave the body. What an in-depth session, Nilimaji. Thank you so much. Ma'am, how to stop suicidal death? Okay. So if anybody has an experience of suicidal death in the family or a recurring uh, uh, attempt of suicidal death, then we need to direct that person to a therapist to let go of that uh, urge to commit a suicide. And breath work, I have seen, works very well. And uh, yes, so breath work or past life regression, we need to see the root cause of it and we need to work on the root cause. So, yes, suicidal deaths can easily be uh, avoided. And I see something else, rituals for the loved ones. Naivedya is important because, see, our scriptures have said things to us because things like, oh, you'll burn in and there is hell waiting there for you. So it is just to put fear in us and to make us live a good life, to make us live a life where we are, more preparing to for our death in a better, in a graceful way. And Naivedyam, they say, but the soul is not going to really come and eat it. But because in this parthiv sharir, in this physical body, the person is associated with food. That is why we keep that physical food there. What does the soul want? The soul simply wants to be remembered. The soul simply wants that love from you. मुझे तुमसे कुछ भी न चाहिए, is what the soul says. Just give me love. That's it. So, what does the soul want? The soul wants love from us, not that food, not that favorite thing, nothing that is indicative of our love. It is indicating how much we love that person. That's all. That's all. And are there more questions? I can see that you all are. Grateful for ma'am for sharing and my understanding. Lots of love. Thank you, Nilimaji. Lots of love to you also. What is the experience difference in the experience of the soul in case of suicidal death? Yes, we need to talk about this. Good. Thank you for bringing this up. Now, what happens during suicidal death is we are not allowed to take any life, not even our own. So, if there is a suicidal death, then always, always there is another path that the dying person can take. We have a free will. So, that suicide can be avoided. It is our choice to go there because we are consciously thinking and taking that death upon us. So, suicides is something that the person needs to understand that we can live on. There is another way, there is another solution, there is another path out of this. And we need to be more courageous to take the difficult path. Suicide is an easy path. Do you know that? Is the easy, main mar jati hu. Gone, over and out. Is that facing the problem? Is that taking a solution? No, it is not. Harita ji, how much time do we have?
Smita ji, you can take like 10-15 minutes.
I can take, so I'll take a last question if anyone has. Otherwise, I will take you all into a meditative state. And yes, before I take you all into a meditative state, I thank Harika ji for the support. I thank QLU. It's a beautiful platform for all of us to evolve. My journey of evolution has started since my childhood, since I've come into this body. But yes, it has accelerated from the time of the entry of Dr. Newton and Dr. Lakshmi in my life. So people go to their workshops, go to QLU, go to the Soul Coach training, which is such a beautiful training, and it is free of cost. Go to into the aura of the saints with the laptop. That's what I call them. So a big thank you for Dr. Newton and Dr. Lakshmi for making me as I am. A big thank you to them for allowing me to share my talk today. And yes, and a big thank you, friends, to all of you for being here today, for listening to me. When I took up this topic, I very, very sincerely wanted to take up this topic today. And when Nitinji asked me to take this talk for this Sunday, it was just 2 days earlier that one of my, a young girl called me and she says, Smita, my mother is very sick and uh, she's getting a lot of heart rate fluctuations and BP rising. So, can I get her to you for therapy? I said, yes, let her stabilize first, and then we will do the therapy. And by afternoon, 1 p.m., this call was at about 8:30 in the morning. And by 1 p.m., the lady vacated the body. So, she lost her mother. And it was from that time that I wanted to speak about death. So thank you, QLU, for this opportunity to speak about this beautiful topic. Because if we are friends with death, we can be friends with life. Just like if we are friends with life, we can be friends with death. Sarita ji, hello. So, like I said, one last question, and we'll move on to the meditation we have. Thank you, dear Secretary. If anyone has a query, then I put your digital hand up and Harika ji will unmute you. Otherwise, I'll go to the. I hope all of you were here when I took the previous meditation because I wanted you all to experience that deep, deep meditation, because what is closest to death is a meditative state. I heard Osho say that सबसे नजदीक अगर डेथ एक्सपीरियंस करना है तो deep state of meditation experience कीजिए, experience that death. Because at the time for deep state of meditation, what happens to us is we are connected to that love, peace, and joy that is our natural state. And when are you going to experience the natural state? Obviously, after death. So, let us all today promise ourselves that I shall let go and I shall die gracefully. Can anyone do that? Great. Very good. So, shall we do the meditation? Harika ji has given us about 15 minutes. Thank you, Harika ji. Chalo, meditation karenge. So, come on, make yourselves very comfortable. Keep your spine straight and close your eyes, my dear friends. Take 3 long breaths. And with every breath, feel yourself centering. And have a gentle smile on your face so that you are completely connected to your heart. And as you are connecting to your heart, allow your breath to take a still deeper breath. Consciously and carefully make your breathing a little longer, a little deeper. And keep breathing deeper and deeper. And imagine in front of you are standing in a row the loved ones who have passed away. Could be a friend, a spouse, could be a child. And keep breathing at a deep and longer pace. Intense breathing. And visualize in front of you the loved ones who have passed away of the previous generation. Your parents, maybe grandparents, from the maternal and the paternal side. And simply smile at them, my dear friends. And as you smile at them, feel your heart opening up to them. They may have gone tragically, or they may have gone peacefully. They may have been ones that you loved. They may have been ones that you may not have loved or liked so much, but see them all the same. They may have been ones who gave you a lot of love. They may have been ones who did not express their love. On the contrary, they maybe scolded you, looked down upon you, hurt you. All the same, smile at them, my dear friends. Because the world is a stage and we are all simply playing our part. And as you smile at them, look at the response that you get. And bow down to them in a pranam, telling them that you love them, telling them that you miss them, telling them that life would have been different if they were here. And telling them that I leave your burdens to you. I leave your destiny to you. And all I take from you is love. Bow down to them, accepting them as they are. Bow down to them, accepting their destiny as it was. Bow down to them in total surrender. Because only love is real. It did not matter what they said, what they did. What matters is what you learn from it. And know that even if they died, they still are. Nainan chindanti shastrani, nainan dahati pavakaha, na chainam kledayantyope po. Sorry. Na chainam क्लेदयन्त्यापो न शोषति न मारुतः. The self cannot be wounded by weapons. It cannot be burnt by fire or moistened by water, nor can it be blown away by wind. The soul was, is, and will be. With this higher understanding, I want you all to come back here, rub your palms, place them on your eyes, and open your eyes very slowly, my dear friends. So let us keep our hands on our heart and take a pledge today. Do it now. I promise myself to let go. I promise myself to embrace death with grace. And so it is. Welcome back, my dear friends. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Would anyone like to share your experience, friends? You can put your digital hand up so that Harika ji can unmute you. Thank you, Bankim ji. Thank you, everyone. I understand we are late and so you would like to leave the meeting. So, yes, until next time, see you again. Thank you, Harika ji, for your soft and graceful support.
Thank you so much, Smita. You've done so many beautiful things and all about the soul's wisdom. It has really taken away lots of fears from many of us about death because there's nothing to fear about, and you made it sound so so touching to the heart, and the truth is revealed. And yeah, thank you so much for your gentle presence and for your wisdom. Thank you. Thank you, Smita ji. We look forward to your next session for the transformational meditation class from QLU. And we look forward to seeing all of you, dear friends, in every session. We have every alternate Sundays in English and in Hindi. So this was the English transformational meditation class, and next Sunday we will have a Hindi session at the same time. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you, Rituji.